All right. Let's see. The stream should be operational now. Let's check the audio, make sure that's working before I begin. I would actually have to fire up the game first. Get this out of full screen mode so I can keep an eye on things just in general. Okay, it does seem to actually be working. So, let's switch scenes in a very kludgy way. Make sure everything is working, and seems like it. Okay. It's Mother 2. It's not the Japanese version of Mother 2. It's actually EarthBound. But modded with the PK MaternalBound Omega mod. Or not mod. Well, I suppose mod, kind of in a way. That is... It's essentially sort of a minor edit slash delocalization patch. Turn the audio down a little bit. Okay. So, I'm already tripping over my words, which is going to be fantastic for the archive. Is this actually... Okay, yes. Controller is actually working. So, alright. Finally doing this. That's right, it's A to select in these games. Okay. Should probably go for stereo sound. Banana flavor. Not banana. Okay. Alright, and going by the graphic that I made over the span of something like 12 hours. Seems about right. Let's go with just... Where's the V? Ah, okay. There we go. Done. Here's my friend. And these are all OCs of mine, of course. Only 5 characters. Well, ideally it would be LMT, but I guess I'm gonna have to go with just M.T. Here we go. Okay. Here's my pet. Let's see, 6 characters. No! Oh, terrible. Already off to a terrible start. Here we go. Favorite homemade food? Gonna go with... after my multitude of terrible streaming experiences, I am watching the dropped frames meter like a hawk, thankfully. Seems to be working out well so far. What is my favorite thing? Oh man, I racked my brain over this recently, and ideally it'd be something like introspection, but we have only 6 characters, so, let's say... There we go. Yes, absolutely. This looks perfect. Ow. Yow. Wow. Okay. That is my house. Yo. Okay. In my pajamas. There's a loud noise outside. I have to investigate it. First off, gonna check on my sister. What's up? Taking the cracked bat as a self-defense mechanism against the loud noise that just happened outside. And there's Mom. I'm adventurous. Perhaps a little reckless, but that's just who I am. What's my dog think? Communicates in parentheses. So I can't go over this way. I have actually played through this before, just so you know. Actually, I played through this back when it was new in the mid-90s. And one of the reasons why I'm using this mod, like this mod that I'm playing with, PK MaternalBound Omega Edition, I believe it's called. It's sort of a delocalization patch thing, I guess. And it's kind of unnecessary for this game. Like, from what I've read, as far as like Legends of Localization pages are concerned, Mother 2 doesn't really need a patch like this, just generally speaking. Like, as you can see, if you played the game before, basically all of the text that we've experienced so far is verbatim from the original. Interesting. Lear X age rate. Very interesting. That is one of the changes. In the original version, his name was Pokey. He is now Porky, which is, maybe a little fatphobic, but it is also consistent with the sequel. Yes, I would say we're friends. Okay. Oh. And I only realized just now that that saying that it's consistent with the sequel is kind of a spoiler, but whatever. Bleh. Is there... Okay. Some versions of this patch have a run button enabled. Sadly, not in this case. But it's alright. Yes, I've decided to go to bed now that I've properly appraised the situation. Mother. I appreciate the use of samples in this. But, okay. Oh. This is a but thou must situation, so I'm going to pick yes. Nah. No. Hi. Remember to, quote-unquote, go for it. Ugh, fine, Mom. I believe if you avoid talking to your mom before you leave, in the first, or just after the meteorite falls, you can go out in your pajamas. Of course. Let's equip this. Cracked bat. And now my offense is through the roof. I'd like my dog to come with me. Okay. Let's go. We have a party of adventurers here. Yes. Just now, yes. Supportive parents. Okay, let's get going. The control scheme for this game is a little bit weird, in that it's... Oh, wait. Okay, well, random encounters. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, that's right. I don't have any spells. What am I thinking? I'm just an ordinary child. I appreciate the level of detail in this prose, as well as the fact that it goes by rapid fire. There's so much apocrypha about this game, and if you've heard about this game, you've probably heard most of it, so I'm unsure how much actually has to, or how much I actually have to say in this. So I suppose I should keep it to a minimum, but whatever. Okay, random encounter number 2, up against this coiled snake. So, recurring theme in these battles, the dog is actually pretty helpful fighting against like just this dog. It at least tries in battle, as opposed to my obnoxious neighbor friend. who basically does whatever he possibly can to avoid engaging in battle or doing anything, pulling his weight. Is auto fight going to help me in this? You know, probably not. Okay. I really did not want to die on my first time out here. So, this crow dropped a cookie. Oh, I also have a bread roll. I'm gonna eat it. Nice. Delicious. Just gonna keep going here. It's not quite as robust as the auto fight features in recent Dragon Quest games, which, as I understand it, are capable of carrying you throughout the entire game if you so choose. But still. Still useful for random encounters. Oh, I was talking about the control scheme in this game. It's different from what you would expect out of a JRPG, mostly because it was modeled after Dragon Quest, which is the definitive JRPG, in Japanese circles at least. That's also what this battle interface is, of course, modeled after. But on the overworld map, the control system defaults to, like, the confirm button is basically just, it brings up this menu, which gives you the opportunity to talk to people, to check the area in front of you, and like any basic menu function that you'd find in a JRPG like this. Let's approach this butterfly gently. Excellent. This person has nothing new to say. I can already tell. If only I could scale this cliffside. Sadly, I have to go the long way around. You said it. Looking at this, it felt, or rather, it's, as a kid, I always interpreted this as a pizza of some sort. But no, it's just very, very hot. I don't think that justifies falling asleep here, but whatever. Okay, again. We have a real party of adventurers here. I actually don't. But he does. The audio design in this game is absolutely incredible. Yes, I did. Alright, 4 party members. It's entirely possible that this insect is female, so... Nope, you're drafted, kid. You got this. Hi, check out my new Halo. Mysterious. Well, let's go. Oh yeah, another thing about the controls, if you hit the L button... Oh, turns out you can play this game basically one-handed, unless of course you want to manage things in the main menu. I believe one of the changes in the PK MaternalBound mod makes this text all caps, which I think befits somebody of Starman's stature. Okay. And this is a very good way of telegraphing the sort of enemies that you end up facing far down the road. Another localization change, in the US version, the PK, they were, or the term PK that sometimes prefaces spells is replaced with psi in all circumstances. Which is just this incredibly minor thing. Thankfully, this person only attacks with elemental spells. Honestly, I should just auto-find my way through this. Let's see if it works. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Auto-fight saves the day. Excellent. As well as humans who have evil thoughts. Oh yeah, I also gained life up. For some reason, I can just heal people with my thoughts now. How about that? Alright, well. We're in Sam Hill. For what it's worth, I believe the mod's authors also, I keep calling it a mod, it's a ROM hack. Nice, nice. Damn. Anyway, I believe the... Oh, damn. That's another change. The mod, or the authors of this mod, which I guess I'm destined to keep calling it, they acknowledge that most of the game's text it does not need to be touched, since it's apparently a very faithful and effective localization. Yes, I understand. I've decided the answer is no, and this defaults to yes, of course, just to fuck with the people who say, or who regard all text in video games as an obstacle rather than the main attraction. Maybe not the main attraction, but just something worth paying attention to. Okay, I now have the Soundstone. Good for me. What's it do? Help! What is it? Touch this to your forehead, concentrate on your thoughts. Your sanctuary melodies can be heard. Let's use it. Takes you to this nice place, which has absolutely nothing in it. It's basically just a palette shifting trip field thing. I believe you. Mm-hmm. Soft-hearted husband. There. You sure? Alright, well. On to adventure, I suppose. Hey Mom, I'm a mystical chosen one. Is it alright if I vacate... Oh, okay. That's right. This is the thing that happens. How about no? Alright. Okay. Hey Mom, a lot of stuff was dropped on me recently, and I'm not sure what to do with myself, or what to do in general. Really just not feeling, up to just about anything at the moment. Mothers do understand these things. And hey, she made hummus for me. I do like that, thanks to the naming conventions of RPGs, you are encouraged to put, name everything as though it's a proper name, which in this case means capital letters, at the very beginning, or a capital letter at the very beginning, which means that, like, what is hummus with a capital H? Well, it's a special home recipe that happens to include no chickpeas. It's special hummus. This song has lyrics, and I love them. There, I said it. Okay. This is how you save, also. By calling your dad. Your dad is, of course, always out on business trips, providing for his family, but he always has time for you. Let's just automatically fight. I'm now off by myself, off in the big wide world. So I may as well just wander around and beat up the local wildlife. What's in this sign? The suburbs of Onette. Sure. I'll consider it. Oh. Excellent. Kids can borrow only maps at this library. I've decided the answer is yes. Okay. Then that X button located near the top is pretty useful these days, considering I'm playing this with a DualShock 4. This man has nothing to say. Most of this stuff is tutorial things. Just minor tips. And also silence. Excuse me. Alright, fine. It's not very often that you actually gain anything by checking environmental objects. I do know of 1 or 2 exceptional cases, though. People don't appreciate being talked to here for some reason. Okay. Well, wait, hang on. Is there something special up here? There are restrooms. Whoa. Sadly, I cannot go inside. Okay. Magic butterfly. I'm an entomologist. Alright, well. Let's go. Off into town. Now that I have this sweet map. Whoa! There's the houses up there. Okay. Let's see. I actually already know where everything is. I've played this game numerous times. Yellow backpack? No! I've been told that it was brown. That's why... Oh, and the first thing you do, of course, as an RPG player when you go down here, more often than not, it's this. You dig around in the trash can, and you find a hamburger. Well, let's take it. This burger that I found in the trash. I can enjoy that later. Interesting. Well, it happens. You can only read the sign if you are stepping on the flowers. Well, actually, I suppose if you approach it from here. But more often than not. Oh, well. Anyway. In case it wasn't clear, I'm a very big fan of this game's design. Oh yeah. Let's wander around town and see what's going on. Hey, here's an empty house. But apparently, I suppose this place, or this house has recovery properties, since by the time you get here, you do have Life Up Alpha, and that only costs psi points, which are regenerated by that magic butterfly, which I believe respawns if I go out here. Nope, I was completely wrong. Damn. Oh well. Hi. Magic, eh? Completely unfamiliar with the concept. I'm so sorry. Alright then. Another de-censorship thing. Huh. The red crosses on the hospital that were taken out for the US release, because that is a trademarked logo. I don't like the look of this crow. So I've decided to fight it. Nice. Beak Point Real Estate. And now we're at the sea. I'm apparently over there. Okay. This is not recorded on the map. That's beautiful. Hello. $7,500. So, the main character of this game is canonically 13 years old, at least as I understand it. It's a little ridiculous that this person is approaching me and asking if I want to purchase this house. It's a very strategically placed billboard. Okay, and here are the sharks, who are of course a street gang. Okay, that's something you can put on the side of your truck. Anyway, they are the main antagonists, I guess, in this area. These are some sturdy roadblocks. Okay. Oh, I messed that up. What I'm supposed to do is go over here and... Whoops. Whenever I try to read the billboard, she always spoils it. Well then. Okay. What else is there? Nope, can't squeeze through there. No comment. Okay. So, back when this game first came out, I believe I picked it up shortly after release. Like, I believe I rented it once before I actually bought it. But prior to that, I was just absolutely amazed by the concept of this, which is to say, like, prior to that, okay, there's nothing in this trash can. Prior to that, I had just started getting into RPGs, and it was essentially the result of playing a whole bunch of two games, Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and I enjoyed both of those games quite a bit, but I really wanted, I wouldn't say I was left wanting by either game, but I ended up just really being amazed by the sight of screenshots in Nintendo Power of an RPG that took place in modern times, around familiar locations. Oh, that's right. That's a system in this game where enemies gain advantage or lose advantage depending on how they approach you or how you approach them. Okay. So anyway, as a concerned citizen, it is my job to beat up all these punks. Vigilantism. Gotta do it. The police are doing absolutely nothing. And I can hypnotize my enemies now. What's that spell do? Status? Hypnosis. Puts one enemy to sleep. Good to know. can't go into the pizza shop. Okay. You can't even look at these folks funny. Huh. Well, let's put this guy to sleep. Yikes. Nice. Oh. Excellent. I'm amazing. Let me just concentrate and heal my wounds. They're closing up all over my body. Everybody throwing away all these nice things. Perfectly usable. Oh, and he had takeout. That's great. So, this guy right here. I gain advantage in this, which means I get a free turn. And it worked great. Just fantastic. I guess I should... Well, I'm not going to eat this. This is the trash burger, but regardless. Nice. Okay, so I could face Frank right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm underleveled for that. So I'm going to engage in one of the pratfall, or one of the downfalls rather of JRPGs, which is having to grind a little bit to get your stats where they need to be. That's right, you can also do this. Okay. Well, let's go to the drugstore and purchase items. Why did I pass by this completely? Huh. I do. I appreciate the instruction, honestly. Okay, let's see here. Well, in order to actually get things, I need to know how much I have in the bank. Actually, I could probably just do that by using the ATM and checking my balance. But some of them have balance checking fees. Actually, wait, do they? I forget. Well, whatever. And thankfully, you don't have to go into your inventory and just use the ATM card. That would be ridiculous. Anyway, let's take all my money out. I'm not gonna play toward realism and only take it out in increments of 20, because that would be outrageous. Cold remedy? No, thank you. Very nice that he could just remedy a cold from over the counter, though. Okay, so the flashing lights indicate an improvement to my stats. Absolutely. And apparently this is also a pawn shop. That's great. Give me this cheap bracelet. For some reason, the bracelet increases my defense. Anything else? Baseball cap? Yes, of course. Nice. Okay, I can't believe I actually fought some sharks without having to, or without equipping things, without actually improving my stats. Well, let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, also in the field, some enemies can just engage with you. Oh jeez, I have no psi energy, don't I? Well, let's take out the skate punk. No! Oh, that's terrible. Well, the skate punk's out. He, at least, is the most difficult, the most effective damage dealer among the sharks, as I understand it. Okay, goods. Eat this hamburger. That was close. Okay. Nice. I like this guy's look. I like that he's wearing a giant jumpsuit with white gloves that has a skeleton on it. I better have leveled up after that. 3 enemies? Come on. Maximum hit points went up by 14. That is an outrageously good roll. Okay. Try auto-fighting this fellow. Just mash A to get past these combat messages. Okay. Well, I'd say I'm doing pretty well, but I should probably re-up my, my hit points. I'd just rest a bit. And sadly, you can't do that in the field. This ain't Baldur's Gate, so let's go to Mom's place. That's right, it's not home anymore, it's your parents' house. So let's get going. That's another aspect of this. If you are over-leveled for a random encounter beyond a significant enough margin, then you gain the ability to just skip some random battles. Anyway, just having hummus, just having a giant, just pot of hummus. It's delicious. I dunked my entire head into a gallon of hummus, and I'm satisfied. My hit points are restored, and it's restored my psychic energy as well. So, I'm ready to beat up some street punks. Okay. And of course, if I really wanted, I could stay at this hotel, but honestly, that's a sucker's game. Avoid like 45 seconds of walking. No thanks. You need to walk. You need to keep up your strength. Okay. I'm doing great. Now, this fantastic little games arcade here. Okay. Everybody wants to fight. This is actually secretly the arcade from Rumble in the Bronx. They ruined several perfectly good pinball machines. What a waste. Okay. Alright. I'm looking at the games on display and I'm thinking, like, I'm not sure what some of these are, but I know that this is Donkey Kong and that's Space Invaders. This one in particular, though, I'm unsure. Regardless. Whoa! That is pretty extreme. Yes, I would say so. Oh, I see. 2 against 1, eh? Are you that confident in your own abilities, my friend? Especially considering the amount of damage you're actually dealing to me. Oh, you're gone. Well, how about you? Who else wants a piece? Nice. Stellar. Oh. Poetry. I think I know the weapon he's talking about. Okay. Gonna enjoy this can of fruit juice. 6 hit points, eh? Probably not enough. Get this cookie as well. And I think that does it for this. Yes. Oh, damn. Well, what do I do? Okay. I've decided I do not want to become a member. What? And I'll just swing my bat a couple of times. And that does it. Nice. Excellent. So now we have Frank here, who spends his time just wandering about in this actually rather pleasant backyard to this arcade. Whoops. Get back up here. He has, of course, the distinctive shark hairstyle. Slicked back. Nice pompadour. Full of banchosity, Yankee spirit, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I command you to sleep! That's the weapon. A knife. It didn't work on him. Wow. Okay. Well... Oh! Okay. It's gonna be a bit dicey. Damn. There was a chance through which I could have survived. Like, in theory, had the rolling hit point counter not hit 0. Oh. And also I have no magic, again. So, might as well regroup at my mom's place. Anyway, had the rolling hit point counter not hit 0 by the time I had activated the life up spell, then that would have been sufficient for me to survive. But it just wasn't in the cards. And now I'm just beating up this dog and thinking about myself. Oh, okay. Gonna enjoy this water here. All right. There's some enemies that, no matter how powerful you are, you still end up fighting them. Except in very specific situations. Like, unless it is absolutely clear that you will steamroll them, no matter what they try. I believe the spiteful crows are pretty good examples of that behavior. You'll always have to fight them. Thanks, Mom. I believe back when this game came out, I recognized the the advantage system as this revolutionary thing as far as random encounters are concerned in RPGs, and I was wondering to myself exactly why you don't see that in video games, or why you didn't see that in video games. And that was before I'd internalized the lesson that back in those days, random encounters were essentially a tool for video game developers to stretch the amount of content they have. And these days, you have video games like Undertale, where the content is just, or like, essentially every battle is meaningful, aside from just a couple. Yes, let's auto-fight through this battle. Honestly, I should have just targeted the skate punk, but I guess... Alright, well. I'm just gonna do that right now. No! Oh. It does not remember the enemies that I target. How unfortunate. Okay. Alright, yes man, Junior A. You're down. Nice. Okay, let's heal. No dropped frames. Still, that's great. It's actually pretty reassuring since I'm using the RetroArch core that it emulates the Super Nintendo to a higher degree of fidelity than SNES 9X. Which just happens to require a whole bunch of processing power, and I'm not sure how effectively it uses multi-core, or indeed how much processing power is actually necessary for this sort of thing. So, you know, I decided about what to do. I guess I'm just gonna life up, go into the arcade, and hopefully I'll be able to take Frank out instead of dying immediately, the way I did last time. I have faith in myself. Hi, Frank. Sadly, I'm completely silent. Okay. Alright, let's actually fight him. Excellent. Doing great so far. Okay, life up. Nice. That was a bit of a dice roll there. Frank has realized the error of his ways. Puff, puff, puff. He's puffing on cigarettes? Okay. So now, it turns out he's an engineer, and he's been developing this tank for use in urban warfare. Whoa. Just gonna have one of these hamburgers. Nice. I'm doing great. Hell yes! I am indestructible. How sad. I know you've been asking around, so I'll tell you about Giant Step. Interesting. Honestly, I feel like I've sequence broken this a little bit. Just because when you start this game, like, you're basically unmoored. I love this guy. He just approaches you and says, yeah? Okay. Anyway, you go out into the world and you have no guidance, no direction whatsoever, unless, of course, you are reading out of the included guidebook that came with every single copy of this game. So if you paid attention to the quest, which I personally did not, you have to seek out landmarks, and I suppose what you're supposed to be doing is just asking, hey, where's the nearest landmark so I can go to it and touch it with my soundstone. Wait, actually, I believe the sequence of events that's meant to happen here. I'm supposed to go up here. He described a touring entertainer's shack. What's this? Yes, I've decided to abandon my quest to watch out for this children's hideout. Alright, fine. So that's your hint that there's a secret hideout up there. And it turns out you can go up here and just enter and talk to folks. Whoa. I'd certainly hope you were single, my friend. Oh? Sure. Oh, okay. I bought a baseball cap, completely forgetting that you could just get this for free. And it gives you an extra defense. Perhaps that would have prevented me from fainting the first time. Oh, and there's a butterfly behind this. Okay. Well, that's great. I need to life up here. But so far, feeling pretty good about myself. Okay. Yes, tell me some hints on fighting enemies. Yes. Your TV screen, the world in front of you. Okay. Gameplay tip, Mole. That's another thing about this. When you get noticeably stronger, or rather when your level outclasses the enemies by a significant enough margin, they start running away from you, which I think is a very nice touch. Anyway. This is supposed to be your clue. Like, there are aspects of this that are adventure game-like. The reason it was closed was because a punk named Frank may have trashed the place. What a drag! Okay, so yes, this is the Touring Entertainer's Shack, or Traveling Entertainer's Shack. I can't remember if that is consistent across the entire game. Well, we've beaten up Frank, so now it's time to go over to the City Hall and see what's coming up. local government. Whoa. TMI, don't go there. It's the 90s. Oh, yes. Okay, I hope that works out for you. Puns. Wow, this commentary is obvious. Okay. Not gonna be hard on myself, but let's see here. So, up next. Yeah, single-handedly beat up the sharks. This 13-year-old child. Hello. I like this mayor. He has charisma. He beat up the town bullies, punched them out big time, kicked their butts, bit their heads off, spit in their eyes, and made them wet their pants. I don't remember doing any of those things, but you seem to trust me, so yes, I do. I appreciate your honesty. Yes. Nice. Okay. That's how it goes. That's politics.